I knew it was going to happen. I knew I was going to pull a jack and forget to turn the mic on. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to another beautiful Friday morning tea with a hacker. As such, it would not be tea without the tea. I'm doing a little bit of soothing tea this morning. I'm rocking the peppermint tea in my nice little German big mug from Germany. I got this one when I was stationed in Germany. I spent 4 years in Deutschland with the United States Air Force. Got this at one of the Oktoberfest there. It's been with me for a while. Love this. I love it. Oh man, and that peppermint tea, whoo, that peppermint tea hits just right first thing in the morning. I'm digging it. Woo! Good morning, everybody, and welcome. I want to say hello to all of our friends on LinkedIn as well. We've got a good amount of folks on LinkedIn too. Lots of folks over there too. We've got lots of questions already coming in this morning. This is great. Let's talk about this morning's agenda, and then I'm going to get right into some questions because we have some really good questions. First and foremost, I want to thank everybody for being here this morning. I also want to thank our moderators for being here. Our moderators do work for free, so give them a bunch of hype hands in chat for their support and continued awesomeness in keeping this a safe environment for everybody. Listen, really quick rule. We do have moderators in chat. They are here specifically to keep chat free of racist, sexist, misogynistic, elitist, and otherwise toxic behavior. We do not tolerate toxicity on this channel whatsoever. They are not here, however, to stifle chat. They are here to make sure that your voices get heard. We are very much about creating a positive environment, regardless of where you are in your cybersecurity journey, to make sure that you get a chance to ask those burning questions that are on your mind. So with that being said, now's a fantastic time that if you're in our YouTube channel, hit that exclamation point Discord so that you can get access to our Discord. If you're over on LinkedIn, I'll have a mod post the Discord link over on LinkedIn so that you can get access to our Discord over there. You're going to want Discord for a couple of different reasons. You're going to want Discord for the giveaways. You're going to want Discord just in case you need to get in touch with the moderator for any reason whatsoever. And just because it's awesome, we got lots of cool stuff that happened in Discord. So you do want to make sure that you are hanging out over there on Discord. The second thing is, this is our AMA stream. This is our AMA stream. What does AMA stand for, those who don't know? AMA stands for Ask Me Anything, literally anything. I saw some questions come in about my fitness journey. I'd be more than happy to chat about that. I got some updates on that as well. Anything, honestly, anything talking about cybersecurity, red team, blue team, risk and governance, cyber insurance, cyber policies, life as a CISO, board of directors, you name it. You know, we talk about it all here. There's nothing that is off limits. Now, we have a great way to capture questions across both platforms. We have moderators in both platforms who grab questions, drop them into a giant queue. I do my ever-loving best to answer questions across both queues. If you see me turn my head like this, that's because I'm looking at my LinkedIn folks over there because I can't pull them into my centralized single pane of glass. Thank you very little, LinkedIn API. But that doesn't mean I'm ignoring you and that I don't love you. It just means I got to look over there so I can read and don't mess up a question. With that being said, I do try to get to as many questions as humanly possible, and I'm going to try to stream for a little bit longer than usual today, so you're going to get me for a hot minute today, and we're going to try to answer some questions. We've also got something super special, super duper, really rockety, awesomey special today, okay? I dropped it in chat earlier, and if I can get a moderator to drop this on LinkedIn chat as well, everybody needs to go over to our Twitch channel and check out our Twitch channel. Tuesday evening, we streamed a game, and everybody's like, oh, that's it, I lost everybody. I was like, nah, Neil, I don't want to see you play games. No, you're going to want to see this game. This is a game called World of Haiku, okay? It is a brand new gamified cybersecurity training platform that is being released on Steam. Okay? It's coming out today. We've got some commands in chat to help you along with this, but we're gonna give away some Steam keys. We gave away Steam keys on Tuesday night. I talked to the CEO. What's today, Friday? I talked to the CEO Wednesday of that company. We have more Steam keys to give away today, and we're going to do some more playthrough today for you folks who have tuned in on LinkedIn and YouTube so that you can watch it, but you can pre-watch it at least over on Twitch from the VOD and at least see what it looks like. It is amazing. Everybody who we've given Steam keys away to, everybody who watched the content on Tuesday, everybody who's played this thing has said how crazy addictive it is and how awesome it is from a gamified education platform perspective. Okay, and so we're going to give away more Steam keys today. It launches today at 11 a.m. Eastern. You can hit !Steam in chat to kind of see the Steam page for it. And so I'd say definitely go check that out. But we're going to be doing that today. As always, I want to thank our partners. This partner list is relatively out of date, but I still want to update you on our partners. We are revamping a lot of our partners, but Attack IQ, who just happened to be up there, is still one of our major partners. And so I do want to thank them for their continued support of the stream. Okay. I think that's it for all the logistics and stuff, man. All right, let's see what we got going on here. I had some questions. Alexander, you had a great question in LinkedIn, but unfortunately my screen scrolled past it, and I can't find it again. So if you could ask it again, that'd be great. Alex Bradison. I want to give a huge shout out to Alex Bradison on LinkedIn. I love seeing Alex and I work together at both Abbott and Mondelez. Alex is a fantastic cybersecurity professional. I'm so glad to see you. Hey, Neil, I have a question for you. In your experience, what is the best way to start a career in cyber? Learning red team or blue team activities, which one should come first? I don't think that there's, my stance is always this. I don't think there is a right or wrong way to get started in cybersecurity. There is obviously no singular path to getting started in cybersecurity. Everybody comes at this from a different way. I was talking with one of my mentees yesterday, and he's in customer success, and he is also doing some bug bounty research on the side, and he is crushing it on the bug bounty research side, and that has been his transition from IT customer success into cybersecurity customer success into doing cybersecurity research. So there is no one path. Do I think one way is better? I personally think blue team is more exciting than red team. We need more defenders. The attackers are relentless. We need way more blue teamers than we need red teamers, and so I think that there is definitely much better need for blue teamers than there is for red teamers. And so if you're looking for a quick path to entry, I absolutely think blue team is the fantastic quick path to entry getting into cybersecurity, but I don't think that there is a wrong way. Jorge in LinkedIn says, can you repeat the name of the game, please? World of Haiku, Haiku, or as we coined a new phrase Tuesday night on Twitch stream, Hypeku, baby, Hypeku. God, look at all this. This is great, man. There's all sorts of great stuff. Lalith in LinkedIn says, should I focus on content creating as a beginner or should I focus on learning more? I think content creation and learning go hand in hand, right? It is absolutely possible to learn and create content. If you learned how to use Nmap today, create a piece of content on what you learned about Nmap, because somebody else is coming in behind you with no experience, and they might very, very well benefit from whatever your perspective take is on Nmap. And so I wholeheartedly believe that you should create content in addition to that. You know why you don't understand Siri is because you're not supposed to be paying attention to me. Leave me alone. She does this every time I stream. Siri is notorious for interrupting my streams. Victor on LinkedIn says, how was your experience with Air Force and transitions over to the civilian world? Mine was easy, right? Because I was in the civilian world before I came into the Air Force. Remember, I was a a victim of the dot-com booms. I was in the Air Force before, I was in the civilian world before I came in, and so I knew a little bit about what to expect. It wasn't that big of a shocker for me. I tell you, the big things that were more shocking to me was remembering that, like, I couldn't just tell people what to do, right? I couldn't just be like, hey, yo, Bob, go do X, because in the civilian world, they'll tell you, go pound sand, right? At least in the Air Force, I had a little bit of some stripes on my shoulders where I could be like, go do this, and if they told me no, I'd be like, cool, we're gonna go write you an LOR or an LOA or drop an Article 15 on you for disobeying a direct order. I think that is the biggest reality, is that you have to learn very, very quickly how to drive effectiveness through communication influence more than anything else. That's been the biggest challenge right there. Whew. Love the rapid fire questions. I saw this one from Rami. Glad to see Rami back in chat as well. It's been a hot minute since I've seen you here. How's the fitness journey going? Excellent. But it's been hard. I guess I shouldn't say excellent. I'm learning a different way for my fitness journey. Let me explain. If you guys remember last year, we were still relatively in the pandemic and nobody was traveling a whole lot, it was real easy for me to be on my fitness journey. We could cook all of our meals at home. I could ride the Peloton. I could go for runs around the neighborhood. I had full control over my day and my eating and everything else. Pretty much for the last year, since Black Hat of last year, my travel has increased. So has Carmen's. Carmen's travel has increased as well. Just in the last month, I was in California for a board meeting. She was in Washington, D.C. for a company meeting. She's going to be out next week. Then we'll have a week together, and then I'll be at Black Hat. And then, I've already got something lined up for August, and then September's going to come around, and I'm sure there's going to be something in September, and October's going to come around, and there's going to be another board meeting in California. And so I say all that to say, now I'm going, oh, shoot. Now I've got to not fall back into my habits of being that travel person, and I've got to figure out how to do my diet in the same way that I was doing my travel pre-pandemic. And that has been the challenge in my current fitness journey, is maintaining good, healthy habits while having unhealthy things forced upon me, such as crazy amounts of travel and things like that. And so, I was in California last week for a board of directors meeting. I came home and I had gained 10 pounds. And I use my air quotes for 10 pounds because it wasn't actually 10 pounds of fat. It was 10 pounds of swollen muscles, swollen joints, salt and water retention, just bad habits from a week of being at the board meeting. And so this week I'm on a fast. I'm doing a 20-hour fast with a 4-hour eating window, and I've been at the gym every day this week. And when I did my weigh-in on Sunday, I was 10 pounds heavier than I am right now. So simply for, being diligent about getting back on a right eating regimen, being disciplined about my eating, and hitting the gym every day, and drinking tons of copious water every day, I've been able to drop. It's not really, and don't get me wrong, this isn't dropping weight, right? This is, my body is not swollen from eating terrible oils and terrible salts and things like that. I don't have a crazy amount of water retention because of all the processed ingredients and sodium that's in most foods. And I'm back to working out, so my calorie deficit is a little bit better. And so, great question, Rami, and it's been really, really, really hard, but it's been a balance about trying to figure out, like, okay, if I'm going to be home for a week or two and I'm going to be traveling, how do I balance those two out in that regard? Benjamin said, hey, Neil, is today leg day? No, leg day was on Tuesday, and let me tell you, it was miserable. It was miserable, because so my typical routine is I do a cardio first, and then I do a weight workout. And my cardio is usually anywhere from 35 minutes to 45 minutes to 55 minutes of run/walk. That's a lot of time to be, moving through it. And so Tuesday was also leg day. So Tuesday, I was in a lot of pain on Tuesday. It was pretty sinister on Tuesday. Let's see here. Preston says, hey, Neil, I'm very interested in getting into physical pen testing, but my career experience so far has been in IT sales. A brief stint as a forensics intern, and everything else I know is self-study, tinkering around at home. In your opinion, what is the best way to get started and convince someone to take a chance on a guy without specific experience? We get this question a ton. This is the age-old experience question, right? I thought there was another one. There was another one that was similar to that one that I saw here. Maybe it wasn't that one. Okay, so let's kind of dive a little deep, right, on the age-old adage of experience. This is something I'm crazy passionate about, right? I should take a tea break for this one. Hold on, because this is going to be a good one. Just because I'm taking a tea break, I want to give a huge shout out to Mission 22. They do not support the stream, but they are doing an awesome cause. I see we got a ton of veterans over in LinkedIn this morning. Make sure you check out Mission 22. Their mission is very much geared towards helping bring awareness to veteran suicide. So I don't have a link for them, but I'm sure you can Google it. But that's who I'm rocking today, is the Mission 22 team for veteran suicide awareness. All right. So when we talk about experience, right? I think people, yeah. Thanks, Phantom, for the soapboxes. I appreciate it. I'm gonna try to articulate this one pretty well, right? Let's talk about experience. Experience is a myth, right? That's my bold statement. If you've been here long enough, you know I usually try to come right out and say like something bold right up front. Experience is a myth. Okay. Experience is because bean counters need to put something on a job description that they can measure as a comparison value to whittle down the vast amount of resumes that they get, right? So once you realize that experience is a myth, you can start to exploit that myth a little bit, right? What I would venture to say is that a lot of the people who ask me the question, how do I get experience when nobody will hire me, is because they typically think that experience has to come from a paying full-time job that you were hired for. Okay? A paying full-time job that you were hired for. And I'm here to tell you that that is not experience. That is not experience. And just because I saw this comment come up, we'll get to that here in a second. We'll get to what that means here in a second, because I love the cynicism, and there's a little truth and a little false to this, but I'll get to that here in a second. Let me ask you something. And this is where the other comment, somebody had asked earlier in chat about freelance work. Everybody think to themselves, if you go out and you start mowing your grass, you mow your grass every Friday, every Saturday, whatever the case is in your yard, do you have experience mowing your grass? Did anybody pay you for it? Or do you know how to start a lawnmower, make sure the lines are straight, right? Make sure you get the whole yard covered, right? Dispose of the bag if you happen to do the bag, right? Do you know how to do that stuff? Is that not experience? Right? I saw that with too much experience. Yeah, exactly. We've all got experience. But how many of us got paid for mowing the grass? Well, maybe if we went around the neighborhood and said, hey, look, can I have $5 to mow your grass? And somebody's like, yeah, here, have $5 to mow my grass. Go have fun. But how many of us mowed grass our entire life and never got paid for it? Right? Do you think that experience doesn't count? Now, extrapolate that into cyber. I've said this before. Everybody today, if you hear my voice today, you can go to HackerOne, BugCrowd, or any of the bug bounty platforms, start a profile today, and start doing bug bounties today. Guess what you're doing? You are getting experience. You do not have to exploit and collect a bounty to get experience in doing bug bounties. I'm listening to all the brains explode across the globe. It is experience. And that experience doesn't require you to get a paid full-time job that somebody hired you for. So today, this is what I'm saying. Like, I think people have a misconception when they say, how do I get experience without getting experience? Everybody can go out today and sign up for bug bounties and start participating in bug bounties today, and you can instantly put on your resume that you have experience doing web application penetration testing through bug bounty programs at HackerOne, BugCrowd, etc. Boom. Just like doing this for about 2 years, and I haven't found a bug. So that means, okay, so what? Who cares? Who cares if you haven't found a bug? Do you realize that the probability of you finding a bug on a bug bounty program where you've got millions of other people fighting a bug is literally impossible? I don't know, I should say impossible. It's a small chance. I watched Star Wars last night. It's hard to find a bug on a bug bounty, but that doesn't mean that you don't have experience running SQL map, running any of these other scripts to look for those bugs, using Nmap to map networks, using Burp Suite to do intruder or injections or any of the other stuff that you do with Burp Suite, right? It doesn't mean that you don't have that experience. Getting paid is just a side effect of the work you're putting in. Now this doesn't account for, we could get on a whole other soapbox about how, you know, bug bounty programs are almost tantamount to slave labor. That's a different soapbox altogether. But for the purposes of you guys and girls trying to get into cybersecurity, you are absolutely ignoring a completely free and open way for you to get experience. And it's through this mechanism right here. Okay? And this is it, Nathan, I'm going to pick on you really quick just because you followed up with another really great comment, right? Time to update the resume. That is a good way to put this in perspective. That is why we do this stream right here, is to put things in perspective. Oftentimes, the world tries to get us to look at scenarios like this, right? This is your only way into cyber. Do I do red team? Do I do blue team? If I do red team, I can't look at anything else. I can't look at anything else. I'm not looking at blue team. I'm not looking at GRC. I'm not looking at anything else. And you miss everything else that's happening in your periphery. And that is dangerous. That is dangerous in cybersecurity, because if you're only looking at one alert on your SIM, where are the bad guys coming in at? If you're only looking at one vulnerability on an OSCP box that you have to take and you miss another one, you're going to fail. Right? If you miss one vulnerability in a pen test and they get popped the very next month, you failed, right? So we have to change our perspective about how we interpret this stuff, because that is huge in terms of, like, and I've said this before, this is a fantastic soapbox item. Everybody here wants to be a hacker, except they don't want to hack the simple things in life, like their resume, like their LinkedIn, like the recruiting process. Everybody wants to hack IT systems, but you're forgetting that your first hack to get into this industry is to figure out how to hack the system. That's why I have videos on YouTube about hacking your LinkedIn profile and hacking your resume, because most of you are forgetting that there are layers of this hack that you have to do to be successful. Okay, minor soapbox twist on this one. I want to go back to I do want to go back to what this comment was. Here it is. Now, let's go back to this cynical comment here, right? Because this is, you're not wrong. It is incredibly cynical. Experience is an excuse not to train you. Everybody say hey to Brandon in YouTube chat. Brandon, good to see you this morning. Miss you on Wednesdays. I hope things are easing up for you right now. Some companies, yes, do use experience as an excuse not to train you. Other folks also don't train you because they have a very, very old mentality that says, well, what if I train you and you leave? And let's be honest, most of you already know in your head that you won't stay at a job for more than 1 or 2 years. Most of you know that in this cybersecurity space, you could leave after 1 year or 2 years and get a 20% pay bump. Right? Most of you are aware that the market is like that. Right? That is common knowledge, right? And so you all are caught in a catch-22. You want to go work for a company and have them pay $5,000 for your SANS training to train you, but yet you're willing to stab them in the back for that training and say, I know I'm going to leave you after a year or two, right? And I recognize that that's a cynical statement. I do that on purpose, right? You're willing to stab them in the back after they drop $5,000 plus T&E for a SANS training because you want a 20% pay bump, right? And so, yes, it is a circular pattern that we have created in our ecosystem that is, I want $150,000 a year as a pay for having zero experience. And by the way, I want you to send me to 4 SANS classes a year at $20,000 plus T&E. Oh, and by the way, after a year, if I don't have another 20% pay bump on my next performance review, I'm deucing out and going to the next job down the road. Who wants to do that? As an employer, who wants to do that? Seriously, ask yourself that. Right? Now, again, this is me being cynical with this comment as well, but you have to put things into perspective, right? We talk about perspectives. If you're not willing to give something back over, then I don't think you have a reason to complain when a company doesn't want to put you through training. Now, that's not every company. Some companies are fiscally tight. Some companies are, some companies don't truly believe in training. Some companies do use experience as an excuse for training. But I do want you to change your perspective when you say things like, oh, my company won't train me. Have you given them a reason to train you? They're not obligated to train you, right? So, small, tiny soapbox there on that one, just to continue to add to the perspective. JJ, I see JJ Davey hanging out over in LinkedIn. Glad to see you, buddy. Always glad to see you. I know I thanked you on LinkedIn. I want to thank you again for helping my team out with your experience and expertise. I do truly appreciate you, sir. He says, very true. Your route of progression are normally already taken and must look at alternate routes to progress. I would stay at a company that has a good route and training with mentorship. Absolutely. It is a negotiation that you have to take seriously when you're interviewing for that job, as to what that route is and what the company is willing to help you out with on that route versus everything. I figured your comment was more on that one. I took your comment. I decided to amplify it into a little bit of a pet peeve, but yeah, I think I covered both of them on that one. Let's see what else we got here. We got lots of questions in queues. I love it. Rami, I did that one from you already. Alex had one. This is the one. So this kind of piggybacks on the bug bounty thing. So this is the one that I wanted to follow up on with the bug bounty, Alexander. The freelance opportunities. I think hopefully the command still works in chat on YouTube. If you hit !gig, G-I-G, right? There are what I advertise as 2 primary paths to freelance work in cybersecurity, okay? The first is the bug bounty programs that I've already harped on right here, right? I think that those are excellent freelance opportunities that everybody should take. Now, the second one is what's referred to as gig work. Now, this is a little bit more subtle than I think people realize. Looks like the raid's coming in from the Simply Cyber team. Glad to see the Simply Cyber team coming over. Hopefully you had a fun time hanging out with my good friend Jerry Auger over there. Gig work. Okay, good. So it looks like, yeah, okay, good. So the Streamlabs bot is working in YouTube. If I could have one of the mods drop the comment from Streamlabs over in LinkedIn for my folks over on LinkedIn. gig work, there are several big fours, namely PwC and Ernst & Young, offer what is referred to as gig work, right? And imagine a Fervor, but a little bit more upscale, a little bit more, formalized, right? Something like that, right? And I'll talk about PwC because I've done PwC's gig work before, right? You basically go over there, you create a profile, and again, I would talk about like, I'd copy like a Fervor profile, right? Who are you? What have you done? What are some of the awesome things that you've done, right? Things like that. And then you can search across PwC's open job recs, because what PwC does is, and EY does this as well, so I'm not singling out just PwC, but what EY does too is they will post up that they've got an engagement, they've got a pen testing engagement, but they're short an associate, right? And what they need is they need you to help fill that gap as a pen tester. They can't hire you full time. It's too much work to hire you full time, but they need you for this one pen test, right? And so they do these types of gig work assignments so that, yes, you can get in and you can do a pen test as a 1099, as a freelancer with PwC or EY, and that is experience that you can get. And so I absolutely think that there are opportunities to freelance in security. It is hard to find them, right? Which is why we try our best to make them available and things like that. And so, I would check out. So I did see that Chris dropped the link in LinkedIn. So do make sure you go check that out. For those who are in YouTube, the exclamation point gig works inside of YouTube. Do check out both PwC and EY if you're interested in gig work. Okay. So fantastic question. Absolutely relevant and absolutely possible for you to get some gig work in there as well. Does the NSA use Unix or Linux, and why? They use everything. Like, honestly, there's not a one or another. There's not a, hey, we need, we can only do this or we only do that. It very much is a, whatever we need to do to exploit the target is whatever we do to exploit the target. They taught us Solaris. Right? Some of my first hacks with the NSA were against iOS devices, right? I mean, it's literally like there is no end to the amount of operating systems that they want to make sure that you're proficient at when you're there doing that kind of stuff. Super chat from Nate J. Use your resume review to update mine. Applied for my first job outside of help desk. Got great feedback. Start my new IAM role Friday. Boom! Hype hands in the air. Let's drop some bombs in chat. This is what I'm talking about. Good job. Excellent work. I'm proud of you. Way to put in the work. If you're interested, head over to YouTube. Check out the playlist that has our branding videos for your LinkedIn profiles and hacking your resume. That's the stuff that he's talking about. Get in there. Good job. Thank you very much for the super chat. I appreciate it. Woo! Great question from my good friend Josh Mason. Is Tea with a Hacker moving over to Twitch? Let's talk about Twitch really quickly. We streamed World of Haiku. By the way, for those who are just coming in from the Simply Cyber stream, we've got kind of a special stream today. We have the AMA obviously happening, but we're also going to be taking a look at a brand new, literally it's launching on Steam today, gamified cybersecurity training platform called World of Haiku. Okay, that's releasing today on Steam. We demoed it on Tuesday. And we gave away Steam keys on Tuesday, so some people could play it ahead of the launch today. So hopefully, some people have gotten a chance to get in there and experience that. We're gonna do some more playthrough today. We're gonna give away 5 more Steam keys today, and the game does launch today. And so we did that. We went over to Twitch on Tuesday. We felt it was a good way to try something out. Try going back on Twitch. It was a game, so we thought it would be a great place to demo a game would be over on Twitch. And it was a fantastic success. We had, when I say success, I measure success in the amount of people that showed up to support us, in addition to the massive amounts of community involvement that we had, there's a feel to Twitch. There's a feel to Twitch that that I think is kind of organic about Twitch, right? And so we're gonna do another test run on Wednesday of next week. We're gonna do Old Guy Wednesday next Wednesday on Twitch. That's also we're gonna have Eric Basu, who is the CEO of Haiku Inc. He's gonna be on our stream next Wednesday as well. So I'm going to try to sucker the dude into some more Steam keys. We're going to see if we can't get some more Steam keys for you guys. Maybe we'll see what we can do. But at a minimum, I talked to this guy on Wednesday. Listen, when I talk about when I get hyped for this, I want to talk about this. I brought a I'm trying to decide how much to talk about. When I was working freelance with I&E, helping them try to understand what we needed, what the industry needed from an ed tech perspective moving forward, I had a lot of ideas. that everybody seemed to resonate with really, really well, but they never came to fruition. I think that's probably the safest way to say it, right? You can tell I'm trying to. This is one of the few times I pick my words very, very carefully. They didn't come to fruition. They didn't come to fruition not because they were bad ideas, not because the community didn't want them, not because the study groups and the focus groups that we didn't absolutely clamor for them. They didn't come to fruition for a lot of other terrible, terrible reasons, right? Anyway, I left that part behind me. I left that job behind me, and I moved on to where I'm at now. And then these guys at Haiku Inc. reach out to me and show me World of Haiku. And then I sit down, and I took Frazier with me as well on this. One of the mods in the team. I took Frazier with me as well, so that he could hear it as well. So that, again, I believe in, hopefully you all trust me, but just in case you don't, I bring people along so that they can, keep me honest and make sure I'm not lying about things, right? When he started to explain his vision and roadmap for World of Haiku, the things that they have done so far, and I'll talk a little bit more about this when we get to streaming the game. I don't want to divert too much. I became very, very passionate because it was almost as if he was reaching into my head and seeing some of the changes that I wanted to see to the ed tech space and really executing on them. And so I'll talk about those here in a little bit. I want to answer some more questions, but I got super excited. And so to answer your question, Tea with a Hacker is not moving to Twitch yet. And a lot of the reason is because we've got 100 people on LinkedIn, we got 100 people on YouTube, right? I want to make sure that we get as many folks that we can talk to across the globe as humanly possible. And I know Twitch is highly limiting, and so we're going to try to make the best decision that we can for the community, and we're going to try to bring as much cybersecurity, content to as many people across the globe wherever they can reach us as humanly possible. So appreciate the question. Just wanted to say I love the channel. Thank you. We love you every single day. Have you ever used Cubes OS? Absolutely. I was one of the early adopters to Cubes OS. I love it. I think it's a fantastic platform. So absolutely. Definitely encourage anybody to play with it if you're interested in things like that. Neil, how come you're not with I&E? That's a super, super long story. I don't know whether to tell you the politically correct answer or the truth. It's a hard one. There was a question over here. Royden over on LinkedIn says, "Hey Neil, for those who don't get the key, can we buy the game? If we can, how much is it?" Yes, you can buy the game. It goes live today on Steam for $24, I think. I think Chris dropped a link to the game in LinkedIn chat for those who asked on LinkedIn. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of reasons why I left I&E, but I'm not going to get too much into that. Ramy comes back, says, "Any advice for someone trying to make his own brand and name in the cyber community? Produce content, produce quality content. I think that's the biggest one. produce quality content, right? Produce any content, right? I guess I should put the quality on there. Quality is very, very relative. I would say just produce content, right? Is there a good source to see threat hunting report samples? Threat hunting reports, not so much. Threat hunting reports, not so much. Yeah, not a good place for that one, unfortunately. Jess is spot on. Jess is spot on. Politically correct for YouTube, T on subchat. Yeah, there's a lot less political correctness that happens on subchat. This is another reminder, another plug to hit that Discord, !Discord. Hop in there in member chat that we have going on. Somebody asked it in member chat the other day, what do you talk about in member chat? We talk about all sorts of stuff. We talk about we talk about life, liberty. We talk about music, food. We help everybody with CTFs. We help everybody with black hat, or try hack me and hack the box problems. We give advice. We talk about career stuff, negotiating salaries, and whether BK had some really ridiculous chili macaroni cheese fry with sauerkraut on it type of thing. Don't sleep on member chat. Let's see here. Is cybersecurity really in demand and lucrative? Why don't we see many entry-level roles in it? Entry-level roles do not dictate the lucrativeness of cybersecurity, right? Don't presume to assume that just because there aren't 100, just because of those 3.3 million open recs, or whatever the crazy number is that they keep reporting, that because such a small percentage of those are entry level, that it's not in demand and lucrative, right? Those are not correlating events. Okay? Once you separate those two mentalities, right? Then the answer to your question is yes. Cybersecurity is 115% in demand, and it is 115% lucrative on both fronts, without a doubt, right? I think, the money conversation is always weird, right? Let's be honest. Let's call a spade, right? The money conversation is always weird. We all got bills to pay, and we all like buying expensive things, right? Everybody wants a new Ferrari, right? Everybody wants a new Ferrari in the garage, right? We all hear these great stories of somebody getting hired as a software engineer right out of college, going to Facebook, making $275,000 a year plus stock for a total comp package of $300,000 or $400,000. We go, God, I want that, right? Don't fall victim to the social media stigma of all these people who say things like, oh my God, I'm making so much money in cybersecurity, right? If you've ever studied social media, right, and take this outside the cybersecurity context for a second, right? If you go look at fashion, go look at makeup. Makeup on social media. I know that's weird. This is a guy telling a whole room full of guys and girls to go look at makeup on social media. Go look at makeup on social media. Makeup on social media is hands down the most toxic and just humiliating display of social media problems that exist out there, right? It is a race to see who is more pretty. Who's got the better makeup? Who's got the better makeup designs? Who's got the better fashion? Who's wearing the latest Balenciagas? Who's got the Gucci shirts, right? Fashion and makeup in social media has taught us that unless we advertise our clout on stream, on screen, unless I show up here with a Gucci hat and a Balenciaga jacket and I stand up so you see my Christian Louboutin shoes and I got 60,000 of diamonds around my neck and I rock my Rolex watch, why should you listen to me? Because I'm not making millions of dollars, so why should you listen to me? Right? Social media has done that to us. And when you extrapolate that mentality over into cybersecurity, we've done the exact same thing. Oh, I'm a pen tester, who just left my third job in 3 years, and I'm making $175,000 because I got a 20% bump at every job that I left, right? But what have you actually done? What have you actually learned? What have you actually accomplished? Have you actually... I had to review somebody's resume the other day to write an opinion piece about them. And in their experience section, they didn't have any experience. And this is an executive, right? I won't say what kind of executive it was. This is an executive. They didn't have any experience. Right? And I went to their LinkedIn page and they didn't have any experience. They just listed their jobs, right? So what did you do? What did you learn? What was your experience? We talk about this on stream a lot. What was your experience, right? And so I think that when we talk about the lucrativeness of cybersecurity, it absolutely can be lucrative. It absolutely can 100% be lucrative. But don't let money be the sole driver. Everybody wants to do well for themselves. Trust me, I do, you do, the neighbor next door does, your family down the street does, the family that's struggling down the street from you wants to do better. Everybody wants to do better, right? But don't let money drive you. Make it important. This isn't Neil saying don't make it important, but don't let it drive you. Yeah, John over on LinkedIn has another great one, right? Another good question, for that list is, what have you built? Absolutely, 100%. What have you built? That is a fantastic way to put it. Absolutely. I love the fashion references for all the people. I prefer Levi's and free T-shirts. Nothing beats Obi-Wan T-shirts. That's great. That's awesome. And yeah, Lola, so glad to see you as well. I continue to talk about how impressed and how proud I am of you. People who show off on social media are the worst. Absolutely. And again, it's hard for folks like me because I want to post motivational stuff and I want to share my journey with everybody in the community. And so I try to be super conscious. I try to be super, super conscious of what I post on social media so that I don't give an impression of flexing or trying to disparage folks or anything like that. Because what I want you to take away is I want to share my journey with you. I want to share in the happiness that I have outside of the community with you. I want to share on social media that, hey, I'm getting my mental health break by going to play golf. When's your next mental health break, right? Reminding you of those facts. And so, try to make sure that when you look at social media, make sure you're looking at the character of the person, the true character of the person who's sharing that stuff on social media, right? Because that character of that person is going to help you understand whether that is the genuine them or not in most cases. Whew. That was a tiny soapbox. I've got some, I love and hate social media all at the same time. It's definitely a love-hate relationship with social media. I love it. Somebody just sent me a text message. That says, breakfast with cyber insecurity. Thank you, Neil, with a picture of their laptop. Okay, this shouldn't dox anybody if I do this. I love it. Sent me a text message with a picture of their laptop, watching me as they eat breakfast. You know who you are. Thank you so very much. I appreciate you. Oh, that's great. I love getting text messages like that. That stuff like that just warms my heart. I appreciate every single one of you. Sir, I'm going to take the eJPT this week. Congratulations. Can you please share some tips and advice before taking the exam, sir? Absolutely. Hopefully, if it's still the first version, as long as you did all the boxes, as long as you completed all the modules, as long as you took good notes and you were able to successfully exploit I think the black boxes is what they were, you should be good to go for eJPT, the version 1 this week. If it's version 2, I can't help you with it. I left before that went live. But if it's a version 1, if you got through all the boxes, I love it. Good job. Go crush that thing. I can't wait to see you post it on LinkedIn. And I'm super proud of you for doing awesome stuff and stay awesome. back to the content thing. This is very much true right here. When you teach, you learn more and faster. 100%. Teaching has been in my veins, right? My dad was a teacher. I've taught at various instances throughout my career on lots of different things, right? I can unequivocally say this is why I'm a huge fan of producing content. When you produce content, hear me out on this one. You are training and teaching other people, right? Doesn't matter. Like 90% of the people who go to YouTube are going to learn how to do something. How to change the light bulb. How to change the oil on my Jeep, right? How to shave, because clearly I haven't shaved in a week, right? You know, they're going to learn something. And so, yes, most of the people who go to YouTube are going to learn something. And so when you put out a video that says, I just learned Nmap, let me teach you Nmap, you are taking something that you consumed, right, from somebody else's teaching, you're having to process it, and you're having to create a piece of content that somebody else can consume, right? And then they can learn from it. And what you will learn in your production of that content will then accelerate your understanding of Nmap. Let me give you an example, right? You may think that you know Nmap because what you studied for Nmap says you should do Nmap. What's a good one to do? TAC essay, right? So that you only send an ACK packet, so that you could try to avoid firewall detection, because that's the very low level, right, type of thing that they try to teach on Nmap, right? Especially people who haven't spent time doing actual firewall evasion. You may then go and try to turn around and research that, and then go around and turn to teach something like that. And in your attempt to teach something like that, you may find out that that's actually really not the right way to run Nmap. And actually, the right way to run Nmap is, you know, run that particular scan is actually not TAC SA, but it's actually TAC SS, right? And then you're like, oh, shoot, I just learned something that now I can then turn around and teach somebody else, and my knowledge of Nmap has grown up. I'll give you another example, right? You may teach Nmap, you may do a video on Nmap, and it might be wrong. Be prepared for that. You might teach something, and you might get it wrong. And somebody's going to call you out on it. You're going to learn something from it. It's going to hurt you. It's going to stab you right in the heart. It's going to stab you right in the heart. It's going to hit that ego really, really closely, right? But you will learn. You will learn quickly, and you will be better for it the next time. I promise you that, okay? So that's why I'm a huge fan of the content creation. Jorge says, need to drop Neil. Thank you, Neil and team. Thank you, Jorge, for tuning in. I appreciate you. Mohammed over on LinkedIn says, hi, Neil. Right now, network engineer thinking of moving to SOC analyst. Any advice to focus most on? Absolutely. If you're doing network engineering and you're trying to move over to SOC analyst, I would absolutely get on some of the blue team labs, right? Go to Security Blue Team Labs online, Cyber Defenders, some of those ranges like that, and I would start doing SOC analyst work. Right. The only thing that you're missing is just the security spin on the knowledge that you've got, but you've got a good path forward. You've absolutely got a good path forward. Stay awesome. Keep doing good stuff. I saw this one in the concept of content creation, right? Doing walkthroughs on World of Haiku could be a good start for some of you looking to create content. Just a thought. 100%, right? World of Haiku comes out today. It literally comes out in an hour and a half. An hour and a half, it's going to come live on Steam. There is tons of great content that's going to come through on World of Haiku. I was sitting with the mod team Wednesday night and Tuesday night, and we were already brainstorming some content that we thought about doing for cyber insecurity on World of Haiku. They've got timed runs. They got timed runs. You could absolutely do content on how to do timed runs in World of Haiku. Easy peasy. Maybe your way of doing a timed run makes it the fastest. Who knows? So content is great. I think some of you are I think I think some of you are afraid to do content, and I did see this question. I'll pull this one up because I think this is very apropos. I think some of you let your insecurities or your imposter syndrome stop you from doing content. Look yourself in the mirror right now, right? How many of you let your imposter syndrome or your insecurity, regardless of where you're at in your journey, stop you from doing content? Right? This probably accounts for why most of you aren't further along in your journey than you could be. Be real. Real conversations with real people. This is exactly what we talk about here, right? Most of you are here because of your imposter syndrome, because of your insecurities. So how do you get over it? So first and foremost, I do have a video. It's a small video. I think it's only like 10 or 15 minutes of what it is that has 4 actionable things. 4 actionable things. Like, you can write them down and you can reference them every day that you can do starting today to defeat imposter syndrome. I think it's exclamation point imposter in chat. Keep me honest on it. I think it's exclamation point imposter in chat. Right? I would highly encourage you to tee that up, go watch it, and take those things to heart. Once you realize, right, just because I saw Colin say this on LinkedIn, see it as tough love when you get harsh criticism. Absolutely. You're not going to get better unless you are able to accept the criticism. And that doesn't matter whether it's content, that doesn't matter whether it's your job, that doesn't matter whether it's your resume, it doesn't matter whether it's your marriage or your relationship or your weight loss journey. If you're like, Neil, I'm going to the gym every day, I'm working out for an hour or 2, and I'm still not losing weight, as you're stuffing down 400 pounds of burritos, 12,000 calories a day, I'm like, well, Jim, maybe you should ease back on those burritos a little bit. How dare you tell me what to eat? If you can't take the criticism, how are you ever going to succeed in this world? Right? And so you have to put out content, and you have to get that feedback, and you have to welcome that criticism so that you can grow as a person. Grow as a person. That is so important, to grow as a person. Listen, I want some of you, I've got 100 plus videos on YouTube. Some of you guys go back and look at some of the first videos I put out. I know my mod team has. My mod team has, and they've come back, God, Neil, your early videos sucked. Your early videos were horrible. I was like, yeah, I know. They were bad. I leave them up on YouTube. Go look at how bad I was when I first started this. Do you think I just had a light bulb moment where I looked at my own stuff and was like, holy cow, I suck? Well, there was some of that, but then I had people come to me and say, like, Neil, you should really do this in your streams instead. You should really do this. You should really move your camera here. You should really do this with your mic. You should really have this type of mentality. There was a natural progression of me taking criticism over my streams to get to where I was today. Could you imagine if I'd have done 2 streams, security guru guys in chat, and I don't know what your take is on security guru guys. Yeah, you were here for those days, right? Right? Could you imagine if I stopped streaming after my first bout of criticism on streaming? Where would we be at today? And so this is all stuff, this is all part of your journey that you have to do. You're not an imposter. Right? You have done great things. You have started down the path. You're here with me right now learning this, right? So you've overcome some of that imposter syndrome by simply showing up and being active in the community. Start small. Listen, if you want to, start small. Come into member chat. Go into the CTF collab room that we have. Go into the study group rooms that we have. I'm looking up at Discord. I'm looking at all the rooms where you can go in our Discord and screen share your venture into Try Hack Me and ask for criticism and ask for feedback. And you can do it with 1 or 2 people, right? So that it's small, so that you get used to getting that feedback. And then you get used to getting that feedback, and then you're like, okay, I can do this. I can get better, right? Go watch my video. Put yourself out there. If you have to, start small. You'll be fine. I promise you. There is nothing anybody in this world can say to you, right, that will degrade how awesome you are. Everybody who hears my voice is absolutely awesome, and I wholeheartedly believe in that. As you can tell, I'm super passionate about this too. I'm super passionate about everything. So I'm gonna take a pause here really quick because we've been going at it for an hour. I'm gonna ask actually no, I won't do that one. We're gonna pivot at some point in time, but I want to answer a few more questions. We do have a few more questions. We've got about an hour and a half until World of Haiku launches. I do want to get some gameplay in before World of Haiku launches. And I do have 5 Steam keys that I'm going to give away for today's giveaway. Thanks to Eric Basu from Haiku Inc. for giving those up. So I do want to answer some more questions. This is a 2-part stream. We're doing the AMA, so I'm going to try to get through as many questions as I can here in a little bit. I do want to put some time into World of Haiku. World of Haiku is a brand new gamified cybersecurity education platform that is launching today on Steam at 11 o'clock, so an hour and a half from now. If you hit ! Steam in chat on YouTube, you can get a link for going to add it to your wish list on Steam. Josh, hopefully Josh, you're still here. I'm looking, make sure Josh is still around, or one of my mods is still around. So I got something special that everybody can do right now, right? Regardless of the keys, okay? Let me make sure the command is. I'm pretty sure I put the command up there. Command. Okay, I got a brand new command. We only need one person to click on it. I promise you that. If I can find it, where is it? Oh, that's why the Steam command isn't working. There, try it now. It would help if it was actually coded right. If you do ! Haiku merch in YouTube chat, and I'll ask Josh if you could post that same link over on LinkedIn for the folks on LinkedIn. You can use that form, and the Haiku Inc. team has said that if you use that form to sign up, you can get free Haiku World of Haiku merch. So there you go. That's a free giveaway for everybody who hears my voice right now. You can use that link right there to go sign up and get free Haiku World of Haiku merch right now. So first kind of overarching giveaway. Okay. Just double checking to see if I'm getting pinged. Okay. All right. Yep. So Haiku merch, free merch for everybody who signs up there. Let's pop in a couple questions while you guys take care of the Haiku merch signups. My ask is always right. If you find the game interesting, if you watched me play it, if you've seen the demos, if you see me play it today and it looks interesting, my only ask is that you go support the Haiku team. Go give them a shout out on social media, whether it's Twitter or LinkedIn. Tell them you saw them on the Cybersecurity stream. They were kind enough to give us. They gave us, I think, 4 or 5 Steam keys Tuesday. They gave us another 5 Steam keys today. So obviously they're in a huge support of this community and they like what it is that we bring from an energy and a vibe perspective. And so just do me a solid and turn right back around and show some support for them. That would be absolutely, utterly amazing. I answered that one about creating content. That's good. We can move that one over. Here's one. Hey, Neil, I'm a full stack developer looking to transition to cyber. What types of cyber positions do you think the dev skill set matches up well with? What types of positions should I be looking with? This is a fantastic question. Sec DevOps. Sec DevOps is huge, right? I could unequivocally tell you, right? So, like, from my perspective, right, we're a Series A startup at Query, right? We have so much development money and effort going into our development work, and I'm the only security guy. But I can tell you that we have recently hired developers who have security experience and have a security mindset, and it's so nice to be able to go to them and talk to them about security and be able to see that they're able to execute security missions, security responsibilities on that same regard. So utterly think that DevSecOps and moving into that space where you're doing application security, application architecture security, cloud security, things like that. 100% think that's a fantastic place to be. So wholeheartedly support that move whatsoever. Jerry, glad to always see you in chat. My bestie, my boy. I'm going to see him in Vegas for Black Hat and DEF CON. Ooh, I can talk about Black Hat and DEF CON here in a little bit. With the super chat, making a note, Simply Cyber IO website relaunch. It's called Hype, and I'm feeling it. First beer on me. Awesome, fantastic. Make sure you go check out simplycyber.io. Fantastic web source. I did just hit at it. I am going to be at Black Hat. Listen, really quick. I will be at Black Hat during the week of Black Hat. Okay? If you saw Wednesday night's stream, you don't have to watch the whole thing, but you go towards the end. Go towards the end of the stream, right? Probably the last 15 minutes or so of said stream, right? Go towards the last 15 minutes of the stream. You'll see there was an interaction between my guest, Jeremy Ventura, and I, where I said, hey, Jeremy, are you going to be a Black Hat? He says, yeah, absolutely. I said, is Gong doing anything special at Black Hat? He said, no, Gong's not doing anything special at Black Hat, but I'll be there. And I was like, cool. Can you and I get some time to have a one-on-one sync, have a beer, have a drink, something like that, and catch up? And he was like, yes, absolutely. I want everybody who is going to Black Hat to take that, okay, and use it if you're going to Black Hat this year or DEF CON. And I want you to, right now, you're 2 weeks out, reach out to anybody that you're interested in, ask them if they're going to Black Hat, ask them if their company is going to have representation there, and ask them if you can participate, okay, myself included. My DMs are always open across every platform. Okay? If you're going to be there and you want to meet me, reach out and get some time on my calendar. Right? It's not that hard. It's not that intimidating. And I want you to do it. I want to meet you. This is a myth. Like, okay, this happened 1 year, okay? 1 year, I think it was DEF CON 2014, if I recall correctly, 2014 or 2015. Somebody had built the $1,500 Stingray replica and brought it to DEF CON, did a talk on how they were able to intercept very, very legacy GSM T-Mobile cell phones, turned it on for 15 seconds in a DEF CON talk, intercepted a bunch of T-Mobile phones, and then turned it right back off. And that has carried over as a recommendation by, oh my God, don't bring your cell phone to a security conference. I love how dramatic we are in cyber sometimes. I absolutely love how dramatic we are in cyber sometimes. You can absolutely bring your cell phone to Black Hat and DEF CON. You don't need to go out and buy a burner phone or a burner laptop. You're not going to freaking China, right? Where they're going to drug you and take you into a back room and solder a surveillance chip on your motherboard, right? No. People get freaked out about the wall of sheep, right? The wall of sheep is there for good reason. And it's to show you that your technology emits things when you're not there. Right? And so we all know this. This is security best practices, right? When you're traveling turn your Wi-Fi and your Bluetooth off, right? I would say that is a good practice. That's absolutely a good practice. If you're going to a security conference, I would absolutely turn my Wi-Fi and my Bluetooth off. As a matter of fact, if I was walking around either conference room floor, my laptop would be completely off. My cell phone would be in airplane mode with the exception of, I shouldn't say airplane mode. It'd be in cell mode only, right? No Bluetooth, no Wi-Fi, no anything like that, right? Apple Watch, same thing, right? Just be, it's not voodoo and magic. It's not voodoo and magic, okay? Don't let that affect you, okay? Hey Neil, when are you going to interview Occupy the Web? Never. A question: I put my neck out to get a guy a job as an analyst at my company, but now I find that they are taking advantage of a lax management style, barely working. How should I let them know to do better? Hey, you just that's that tough love conversation right there. I hate to pull the military mentality. I do a little wall-to-wall counseling on them. That's that military mentality. But you definitely got to pull them aside. You got to let them know. You got to counsel them. You got to mentor them. Some people you can't fix, right? And so you got to recognize that some people you just can't fix, right? And so if they don't want to be better, you talking to them isn't going to make them better, right? But I would counsel them. I would show them the error of their ways. I would encourage them to do better. I would probably try to handhold them into a better way of working for maybe 30 days or so to see if they're willing to change their ways. But after that, if they're not willing to change their way, there's no helping them. They'll eventually move on. It's unfortunate that you stuck your neck out for them to get them hired and they're treating you like this. That's an incredibly unfortunate series of events. Incredibly unfortunate series of events. I hate that happened to you. Look for other questions that we can throw down here. This is a good one. Hey, Neil, do you like attending conferences like NullCon, DEF CON as a student? Worth it? I did an entire video with David Bombal after last year's Black Hat. I highly encourage you to go look at the video I did with David after last year's Black Hat, right? Thank you, DevNull, for gifting the 5 cyber and security memberships. That's awesome. If you were gifted a membership by DevNull, make sure you have your Discord and your YouTube account linked, and make sure you partake in that member chat at some point in time so you can get the benefits of that. You can catch us in there pretty frequently. I have said it before, right? And I say this that we're 2 weeks away from. Is it 2 or 3 weeks away from Black Hat and DEF CON, right? You're not just going to show up at Black Hat and DEF CON, right? And be surrounded by people who are going to want to talk to you, right? You can't just like stand in the middle of Mandalay Bay and some random cybersecurity dude is going to come up to you and be like, yo, let's talk cybersecurity. Like, that's just not going to happen, right? That's not how that works at all, right? Which is why I'm trying to give you all pointers that if you're going to go to these conferences, if you're going to go to Black Hat, if you're going to go to DEF CON this year, find the people that you absolutely want to connect with, find out where they're going to be, meet them in their space, try to get those opportunities to do those one-on-one sessions, or at least go participate in their party or community event or whatever the case is that they've got going on, right? Because you need to put yourself out there that says, I'll give I think Maz is going to Black Hat, right? Maz, you have been a fantastic member of this community. You've grown so much over the years. I've been super proud of everything that you've done. It would be an honor. It would be my honor if I could just like grab a beer with you or sit down like at a coffee shop for like 5 minutes in the morning and have a coffee with you, right? And then you take that opportunity and you sit down with them and you talk to them and you're like, hey, how'd you do this? How'd you do that? Tell me about this. Tell me about that. And that's your time. That's your time to chat with them. And so they're worth attending, if you do the right connectivity stuff ahead of time, right? Where you're going to be able to connect with people that you haven't talked to in a while, that you don't get a chance to talk to at all, that you'd love to have some FaceTime with, right? Things like that. You absolutely should do that. You should also always go to conferences where when you look at what's being shown at the conference, you look at it and go, oh, that actually fills a knowledge gap for me, and it will not be broadcast on YouTube later. Remember, everything from DEF CON goes up on YouTube. Every talk from DEF CON goes up on YouTube. So what talk are you going to miss by not going to DEF CON? That's why people are like, oh, Neil, I go to DEF CON for the talks. Why? You can get them for free on YouTube. It doesn't cost you the $300 entry fee. Doesn't cost you standing in line. Doesn't cost you $1,000 in airfare. Doesn't cost you $1,000 in hotel. Doesn't cost you $1,000 in food if you've never eaten at a Vegas, all-you-can-eat buffet before. Food in Vegas is insane, right? So you'd rather waste $5,000 to go to a conference to watch a YouTube video that's going to be available for free. Right? So be smart about it. Be smart about it when you talk about going to these conferences, because I don't think going for the sake of going doesn't make you a hacker. Going for the sake of going doesn't make you better. I'm going to pick on you, BMT. And the hands-on villages. If you go without a plan, you will not get a seat at the hands-on villages. When we went to the car hacking village, the first year it was out, the line was wrapped around the room to sit down and run some pre-canned commands on a CAN bus to hack a Tesla. Right? So if you go without a plan, absolutely, you can go to the villages, enjoy standing in line. Cheers. I'll watch you standing in line. All right, checking LinkedIn really quick. All right, cool. Yeah, work smarter, not harder. Absolutely. Awesome. Let's see. I'm gonna look for some questions. I want to get into this world of Haiku. I want to I'm trying to move some windows around really quick. We do still have the giveaway that's going on. We're going to give away 5 Steam keys for World of Haiku. I am going to stream it here in a little bit. We're going to do a little bit of walkthrough for those who haven't seen it. It does go live in a little over an hour, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Steam. Brand new gamified education platform. Let's see what we got here. Oh, base case with the softball. I'll do the softball for base case. See, I love my team. Keep me honest. Cyber insecurity has been asked a couple different ways. Myself, if you remember, so we've done U.S. Cyber Games. We're obviously one of the media partners with U.S. Cyber Games, along with Jerry's Simply Cyber organization, and as well as CyberWire and a couple other media outlets. We're one of the media outlets for U.S. Cyber Games. If you remember, we did U.S. Cyber Games a couple months ago, and it was a huge endeavor. We put in a lot of work. My team was instrumental in making sure that was a huge success for us. We've been asked again to do something for U.S. Cyber Games that is going to happen during Black Hat. And it's going to kind of overlap between Black Hat and DEF CON. So keep me honest. One of my mods, I think it's August 11th. It's that Thursday. There is a massive on-site King of the Hill capture the flag that is happening at the HyperX Arena in the Luxor. Right. So right there, that in and of itself just shows how much Play Cyber and Cat's Eye and the U.S. Cyber Games team is pushing towards really trying to bring this esports concept of cybersecurity to the masses, right? So we're going to be at the HyperX Arena in the Luxor doing a capture the flag for King of the Hill. Now, all proceeds go to charity, right? So it's a charity event. So that in and of itself is kind of the second awesome point, is that we're doing this for money to go to charity, right? And so that's cool in and of itself. Eric and I, if you remember from the last US Cyber Games, we're going to be broadcasting that live in person. I think Jerry's going to be our on-the-floor commentator. So this is going to feel very much like, if anybody's ever watched like BlizzCon, Arena World Championship, MDI, League of Legends, anything like that, there's definitely going to be this kind of feel to it, where Eric and I are going to be up in this booth doing what we did during the last stream, commentating on the matches and the games that are going on, and commentating on the teams. Jerry's going to be on the floor helping us out, doing interviews and things like this. So it's going to be really, really, really awesome. With that being said, we still need teams to sign up. There's still an opportunity for teams to sign up. I'm sponsoring a cyber insecurity team. Base Case in chat, and I'll ask Base Case to go over and identify himself over on LinkedIn so that people on LinkedIn know who to talk to. But if you're going to be at Black Hat or DEF CON, and you can be in Vegas on the 11th, and you want to be on the cyber insecurity team, get in touch with Base Case. Base Case is captaining the cyber insecurity team for us this year, okay, at this event. So please get in touch with him. He'll be qualifying and pruning and figuring out who makes out the team. We can have a team of 5, I think is what it is, to go there. We've been called out by Eric's Racy's cyber team. He's sponsoring his team. So you got the 2 Shoutcasters, who also have 2 teams that are presenting, and a little gentleman's bet between the 2 of us as to who's going to be, who's going to beat who. I don't care if you guys win it or not. I mean, I'd love for you guys to win it. I just want you to beat the hell out of his team. That's all I'm saying. I want you guys to put up a team. Put up a team and beat the hell out of his team. That's what I want you to do. We're going to make sure you guys go head to head and do it. Oh, is Gerald putting together a team for that? I just saw Chris's note. I didn't know Jerry was putting together a team for that one. Okay, good. So look, we got all 3 of the. That's right. If he loses, oh yeah, I will absolutely text him that. If whoever loses has to shave their head. Anyway, it will be streamed on Cyber Insecurity. It'll also be streamed on Simply Cyber. So tune in, wherever you get your content from. It doesn't really matter. But if you're in Vegas, if you're at Black Hat or DEF CON, it's completely open, right? So you don't have to pay to come in to sit and watch. They do have VIP rooms, things like that. They've got bars and whatnot. It's in the HyperX Arena. It's cool looking, at least from the pictures I saw. I've never been there. It's my first time there. You'll be able to catch me there all day on Thursday, right? And so obviously I'll be able to take commercial breaks. I'll be able to take, stand up and walk around breaks. I'm going to be there for the entire length of the competition, but I will unequivocally be there on Thursday. And so at a minimum, you can come by there, catch me, see me, throw stuff at the window as I'm broadcasting, whatever the case is. Would love to meet anybody there. All right, JJ says, any eating competitions, I will join the team. God, I'd love to. All right. No team from Simply Cyber. The trash talk from Gary was for Trace Labs. Okay, all right, yeah. Well, you could trash talk Bayou Beast all day long. Please do that. That'd be awesome. I'd love to see massive support. Either way, come out, enjoy the competition, enjoy the camaraderie, support the event, support the organization. If you're interested in putting a team in, the link's there. If you're interested in being on the cyber insecurity team, make sure you talk to Base Case about that one as well. So Base Case just posted in LinkedIn for those that are over there. If you're interested in being on the cyber insecurity team, message him. All right. With that being said, I think now's a fantastic time to pivot. As a reminder, we're going to pivot over to World of Haiku. We're going to demo World of Haiku here in a little bit. When I talk about questions, right, just for those who have never seen how the process works before, right, this is this is the mechanism in which we use to grab questions from across Twitter, YouTube, whatever the case is. The API allows us to connect in to grab all the chat logs. We simply add it to queue, and we go through the queue and we try to answer as many questions as possible. We try to get through as many pages as we could. Couldn't get through them all, so maybe we'll come back to those. We'll continue to aggregate questions, especially as we stream World of Haiku. So continue to feel free to ask questions. We may get to it, a little bit more later. So, World of Haiku. And I, for some reason, need to do this. There we go. And we did some music the other day. We'll let the game music play a little bit. Okay. World of Haiku. Just double checking all my screens really quick and make sure I haven't lost track of anything. Stand by here as I rearrange just a couple of tabs. There we go. Alrighty. Okay. All right. So World of Haiku. World of Haiku is a cyberpunk style game that takes place in the near future. It definitely has some cyberpunk elements to it, and it's dual focus, right? I want to talk a little bit about the conversation that I had with Eric the other day. Frazier, it's happening in Streamlabs. I'll take care of it. Don't worry about the question you just asked me in chat. I got you on that one. Don't worry about it. So some things that we talked about on Tuesday, right? It's there to teach the concepts of cybersecurity. It's meant to teach you from the assumption that you literally know nothing. When I talked to Eric on Wednesday, so I talked to the CEO on Wednesday, he wanted to put it in front of his daughter and have his daughter start learning cybersecurity from that age. Right? That was the impetus behind it. Right? And so it very much, if you watched on Tuesday, we very much had we were learning ping, we were learning command, we were learning ls, we were learning curl, things like that. He did tell me that when you get to about mission 5, the training wheels start to come off. So hopefully in the next hour I can try to make us get to mission 5 and we can see what it looks like to get the training wheels to come off. But he says that the game stops being as easy when you start to get around mission 5, right? Also, a lot of questions that came up on Tuesday's stream were things like, is there going to be an end game, right? What happens when you get to the end of the game? He did indicate that there was a pretty significant roadmap. He talked about some of the things that were happening on the roadmap when you got to the end of the game. It is going to expand out pretty significantly. He also gave me a sneak peek at the next thing that World of Haiku transitions into. I'm going to be selective about what I talk about because I don't know explicitly what I'm allowed to say and what I'm not allowed to say. I'm going to assume that everything is that he told me I could tell you, for the most part, but I'm probably still going to be just a little bit selective just in case, right? So you complete World of Haiku, right? You get to the end of World of Haiku, and then you go on to their next big platform. This next big platform is again a continuation of that gamified platform where you're able to do harder challenges. You're able to do more diverse challenges. And this is where it really starts to align with this concept of applying it to specifically prepping you for OSCP, prepping you for CEH, prepping you for a blue team role, prepping you for this. It's about prepping you for career progression once you get to the end of World of Haiku and you get into the next thing that they're developing. One of the things that I talked about, I alluded to this during the main part of the stream that I want to harp on here. When we were at I&E and we were trying to, revamp some of the stuff kind of ahead of the Pentester Academy acquisition, I really pushed hard for I&E to hire a game development team so that we could bring true game development. If anybody remembers from I&E Live last year, or not I&E Live, whatever annual event we called it, I demoed talent trees, right? We really wanted to gamify that process of growing up. Unbeknownst to me, when I sat down with Eric and he showed me this is very much what he's working on. He has talent trees. I'm going to get into the skill tree here in a little bit because I noticed that popped up after we exited the game on Tuesday's stream. So I want to go into that and check that out this morning. The other thing is, he has actually hired game developers. He's actually hired an entire team of game developers who are studying gaming for games like World of Warcraft, Fortnite, League of Legends, Elder Scrolls, like the entire gaming industry, really trying to understand that, okay? So that he has good gaming concepts behind this, and he has a cybersecurity team that is building the cybersecurity content that goes in the back end. He told us this story where he had his game developers who didn't know cybersecurity, didn't know much about Linux at all, but they knew a ton about game developing, had just learned sudo and had come to him and thought it was the greatest thing since sliced bread, that sudo was magically going to change the face of the Linux environment because of knowing sudo. And so, like, that's just kind of the dichotomy that he's got going on there in his organization, that he's truly leveraging game developers to make this thing awesome and cybersecurity folks to bring the talent and the skill sets and things like that there. He told us a bunch of other things too. He gave us some insights as to some of the stuff that's down the road, that's on the roadmap. Things like, this is one of those times where I don't know if he'd want me to share this one, so I'm not going to share this one too much. But I can unequivocally say that I haven't been excited for a gaming platform and an education platform in the same bundle until I saw World of Haiku and I talked to Eric, and we were able to see what the future held. And so with that being said, Eric is going to be on Old Guy Wednesday next Wednesday, okay, to talk about Haiku, World of Haiku, and the things that he has in future. That will be on Twitch. So this is another reminder to go over on Twitch. Make sure you do follow us on Twitch and you do turn those notifications on, because Old Guy Wednesday next Wednesday will be on Twitch, okay? This game goes live on Steam in less than 1 hour. I have 5 Steam keys that I'm going to give away. We have free Haiku merch for everybody who hears my name. If you hit !Haiku merch inside of YouTube chat, and I'll have a mod posted over onto over on the LinkedIn as well. You can get free Haiku merch as well. So, I seriously can't drink a mug of tea without spilling it on myself. That mug is down. We are now going to the backup tea. And let's hop into some World of Haiku. Okay. I wholeheartly agree with you, Jade. So stoked for this game. It does sound awesome. Do use that ! Steam in chat to go add it to your wish list. It will be live in an hour. So I want to check out the skill tree. This unlocked for us. I don't know when it unlocked. We didn't get a notification on screen when it unlocked, but I noticed that when we exited the game, we had this skill tree down here. So looking at this skill tree, okay, so can I click on each? Oh, there's arrows over here, it looks like. Okay, cool. So these arrows, okay, cool. All right. So I'm very much looking at a skill tree. I've got arrows here on the left and the right, and I've got indicators up here across the top. So here I'm on footprinting and reconnaissance. Can I click on this? Okay, so what it's doing is, and this is one of the things that we really liked about the game, is that it was keeping track of the commands that we learned, right? And I'll kind of show that a little bit when we get into the game. but it was, so it kept track of the fact that we used who am I. And look, check this out. This is, I can see now what Eric is talking about. So one of the things that he talked about was the skills that you learn in World of Haiku. This gets to the experience conversation that you guys have heard me talk about before, and I even talked about this morning, right? Let's bring this down just a few levels, okay? Let's talk about who am I. Actually, do I have a better one? What's here? Okay, Nmap, right? Nmap. I have spent I've spent 2 minutes so far in World of Haiku learning Nmap. I've executed it 0 times, and I'm at level 0 for Nmap. Okay? He plans on, or allegedly plans on, taking this data, pulling it through to your user profile, and then using this data in conjunction with access to a massive jobs database. And anywhere that any job description uses the word Nmap, he wants to be able to present you, the player, with a job description of a job that you can apply for based on the fact that you have completed some experience with Nmap. Holy cow. I mean, when you guys talk about getting that level of detail, that level of, you know, how do we get you the evidence that you have experience? He's literally trying to gamify your education and bring you to a point where you can demonstrate that you have 100 hours, 1,000 hours, whatever the case is, using Nmap that directly translates into something that helps make you recruitable. So this is my first time seeing this talent tree. I like this. The fact that I can see all of these things, the fact that I could see, look, I executed the PWD command 11 times, right? 11 times. Like, that's an indicator I must be pretty proficient with PWD, right? All the way through. 62 times for CD, right? I like this. This is nice. Networking fundamentals. Look at this. SCP, SSH, curl, right? So this was off the exercises that we did last night. We spent some time doing curl. This is awesome. I like this. So this skill tree, I definitely like this. This gives me a really good feel. See, we've got system hacking. Look at this. We've got some password cracking going on here. I wonder if that's what we're coming up into next with John the Ripper and Hydra. Okay, so skill tree looks solid. I'm liking this skill tree. This looks pretty good. All right. I'm not going to do a new game. You can go back and watch Tuesday's stream to kind of see the new game. I want to kind of progress through where we left off and see if we can't make it to some of the harder missions. Cyber Centurion asks, is this free? It is not free. I have 5 Steam keys that I'm going to give away probably here in about 20 or 30 minutes. It goes up for sale on Steam in less than an hour at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, so less than an hour from now. It's only $24 on Steam. That was another thing. That he was very, very passionate about. Was he wanted to make it cheap. It's not a subscription. Let me say that again. It's not a subscription. You pay it one time on Steam, and you get access to World of Haiku. And so all this training that you're seeing here today comes at one-time cost of $25, $24, $24.99. Is it $24.99 or $23.99? $24, something like that. All right, so if you remember this, we landed here. This was our different missions. Just to remind everybody, right, we did mission 1A, we did the mission 1B, so we did this one. So I think, did we finish this mission? Cool, we did finish this mission. So that means that we are down here. Are we on this mission? This mission? This mission? We're on this mission. Okay. We're on mission 3A. So just to refamiliar everybody who wasn't here on Tuesday, we've got a bunch of stuff across the top that I'll go into here in a little bit. We've got our skill tree here. We've got our notes section, which gives us, and what I showed the other day was I can create my own notes, right? Neil's cool note. Just because I see JJ has a red beard. right? So I can create my own notes. I could save those. They stay in my notes section up here. And then I have my man page is as I learn commands, they're stored here so that I could quick reference them in the future. And then, so we're going to pick the mission. We're on the greatest of two evils. If you remember, we just identified, some very bad stuff about the companies that were about to be hacked. So now we're going to go into the greater. So we're given our objective. We're given our goals. We're going to go ahead and start this. So you'll see we've got the messenger up at the top. We click on our messenger. My face is covering over Rascal, but Rascal's over here on the left-hand side. And we've got our messenger. You can see this previous message right here. This is from Tuesday night, so this is our message for this morning. We're about to find out who's paying bit creds to get this job done. So we're hunting some hackers. We have an incoming message from EOS, formerly a Cybermancer. She left and joined the Ronin faction. She still helps out from time to time. So again, just a reminder, there's lots of factions that exist inside of World of Haiku. All of them have different missions and importance in the game. Next message. So we've got EOS here. EOS is saying, yo, Cybersecurity and Rascal, this network looks really secure. Gunganeer figured you could use my expertise on this one. We should use my favorite combo, ifconfig and nmap. But first, earlier you uncovered an Agent 21 IP address while sleuthing around the G Corp network. Rascal recorded it for you in your notes. Try the ping tool to make sure the network is accessible. Okay, so just a quick reminder. Up here at the upper left-hand corner, this is all the mission objectives that we've got. So we're learning how to use ifconfig, learning how to use nmap. We're finding the contractor of the host owner, and then we're finding the AZS server IP. Said earlier you uncovered an Agent 21 IP address while sleuthing around the Corp network. Rascal recorded it for you in your notes. So we'll go up here to our notes. I think it's going to be... that's a good question. Where'd you put that? Where'd you put that note, Rascal? Where'd you put the note, Rascal? Okay, so can we ping gcorp.com? Okay, so we can ping gcorp.com to make sure it's accessible. Okay, so can we do ifconfig? Command is locked. Oh, okay. Uh-oh, I'm missing something. I'm missing a note somewhere. Hold on. Where was that? Where was that IP address? Did I accidentally delete a note? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh is a problem. These are my Rascal notes. I was playing around and I was trying to break the system, and I wonder if I deleted a note that I wasn't supposed to. Oh, maybe, hold on, no. So if I ping 192.168.1.110, okay, that did not work either. It does want me to ping an IP address, but it says earlier you uncovered an Agent 21 IP address while sleuthing around the G Corp network. Rascal recorded it for you in your notes. Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure I might have deleted a note I wasn't supposed to. We might have to add that one to the bug list there. If you delete a note from Rascal, you are screwed on further missions. I'm not missing it in this note, is it right? Registration, invoice.exe. Oh, maybe is it in my file? I didn't save any of the files, did I? Oh no. No, that's for this file explorer. Oh no. I totally broke it. Uh-oh, yeah. Reload maybe? Do I turn it off and turn it back in to check your trash? I love it. Like, oh yeah, we broke the game. We broke the game and I just spilled more tea. That's how upset I am. I broke the game. Oh my god. Okay. Well, looks like we might be a little borked on this mission. Yeah, I like that one. I like that. This is the most realistic I've ever seen. Fail to note something. Absolutely. Thank you very much for creating an incredibly realistic game. I failed to note the IP address from earlier, and I accidentally deleted it. So, there you go, folks. That's on me. Looks like we'll be starting a brand new game from scratch on this one to move through this. We'll see if we can't crush through this pretty quickly. For that, I'm gonna give away. For that boofa, I'm gonna give away half of the Steam keys that I have now. So I'm gonna do a giveaway for 3 Steam keys right now for you all watching me completely and utterly messing that one up. I cannot believe that happened. You will need to be in YouTube for this game, or for this giveaway. You will need to be in YouTube for it. We could try in map, Derek, but I think it so if you miss Tuesday's stream, it has an auto good job feature, but it will auto-complete if you get the answer right. Whoops. What the hell? 110.192.168.1.110. Oh, that's because I got a slash in front of it. Herpaderp. Yeah, command lock. They lock. It's not. Listen, that was something that Eric was very, very keen on. Eric was very, very keen that he didn't want to create an environment where he just drops you into command prompt and you go putz around and do whatever it is you want. He absolutely did not want that. And so what he did was he built this so that you, at least up until the first 5 missions, you follow a very, very, very specific path to learn the first few sets of skills. And so, yeah, these first few sets of breadcrumbs are very, very specific. So it's not going to allow me to do if config or nmap until I use the ping tool to make sure the network is accessible, which means I need the IP address that apparently Rascal recorded for me in my notes, which I think I deleted, as I was playing. What I was trying to do was I was trying to see if I could delete a note from Rascal, and if I could, would I need that note in the future? Would it let me delete a note from Rascal? Like what's the integrity, right, of the Rascal notes if I deleted them, right? And now I have discovered what the integrity of the Rascal notes are if I deleted them, because I have clearly deleted an IP address that I needed for the future. And so, because of that discovery, because my mistake is your gain, we're going to do a giveaway for 3 Steam keys on that one. 3 of the 5 that I've got to give away. So you do have to be in YouTube to participate in said giveaway. Okay, so do make sure you're over on YouTube. You do have to make sure your Discord name and your YouTube name are linked. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and start that giveaway. We're going to pick 3 winners. I always like to remind people, right? Hitting the command for the giveaway does not make the giveaway work faster, and it does not give you more tickets if you hit it more than once. Also, don't leave just because you didn't win. We had to do 3 or 4 different re-rolls on Tuesday for Steam keys. So I always like to remind people, just because you didn't win the first round doesn't mean that you should just like deuces, I'm out, because we oftentimes have to re-roll. And so with that, I guess we'll be starting a new game. Exit. Is this going to kick me out to the dashboard? I think it kicks me out to the dashboard. Yeah, Jason says, first bug found. I don't know if that's a bug or a feature. I don't know if that one's going to be a bug or a feature. So we're going to do new game while this is running. Clear game data. Yeah, we'll clear some game data. That's fine. All right, start. Yeah, I know, right? Huh? Why is it not starting? Oh, did we actually find a bug? After you clear game data, it doesn't like it? All right, here we go. There we go. Pick our avatar. So one of my mods just gave me a screenshot of the IP chat in mod chat. He had to go back to Tuesday's stream to pull it. We absolutely deleted the note that we were supposed to keep. Whoopsie. Thank you, BMT, for that. I appreciate that. BMT has confirmed that we are idiots. So don't delete your notes. Don't delete your notes from Rascal. That's the first lesson on that one for today. So luckily, for those who didn't see it, we're trying to move through this really quickly. You get to choose easy, medium, hard. This is where I think that when we talk about producing some content, Misc and I were talking about doing speed runs for giveaways in the community. Imagine if I could give away like INE premiums or things like that for people who completed speed runs and whatnot. So definitely got a difficulty system associated with it. Here's all the. I'm gonna move through this really quick. And we'll do this. Whoops. Oh, control space. Yep. So this is all the stuff that we had from the other day. Gunganir. I can see that being the most frustrating part of a speed run is sitting here and having to hit a control space like over and over again to get through this stuff. All right. So once it's enter CD directory in the terminal. So this is what I was talking about before, right? My natural inclination was to do ls, the command is lock. They did that very, very specifically because what they want you to do is they want you to follow the instructions so that you can learn how to CD into it. So when I talk about the autocomplete, if I was meant to run if config at that point in time, it would have auto-completed. But alas, I was not allowed to do it. So now it wants me to do PWD. So see, now it's moving the sword for it. So this is that part of it's trying to teach you the commands. So this is that I had to call an ISD, an instructional design friend of mine, the other day to ask her what this was called. This is called experiencism, right? They want you to be able to do exactly what it was that you're asked to do, so that you build muscle memory when it comes to the commands, right? So that's what's happening here. There is no tab complete. We tried that on Tuesday. They have that intentionally locked down. Right? So you see that on the left-hand side there, we've got the objectives. It says app unlocked. Wants us to click on our manual. This is what I was showing you guys earlier. These are all the commands that we just ran. So as you automatically do the commands, it automatically drops them into the manual. All right, so now we got the notes. Note to self: don't delete any notes. Actually, I'm going to put that one. All right, we're gonna learn from this mistake, y'all. Don't delete any notes. Right? Don't delete any notes. That way it's at the top. We'll always remember not to delete any notes. So as the giveaway comes to a close, make sure that you're in our Discord by hitting that exclamation point Discord command. Make sure you're ready to message BMT626. BMT, make yourself known in Discord so that people know who to message. Your YouTube name does need to match your Discord name. It needs to be linked. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and pick 3 winners for Steam keys. These Steam keys will be active right now. You can actually go use these Steam keys right now and get the game. So we're gonna pick 3 winners for this one. The first winner is drum roll please. Just Ben. You're winner number 1. M Crow 2481 is winner number 2. And Ragna Seniskala is winner number 3. Winner number 3. We still have 2 more Steam keys to give away, and also just in case these guys or girls don't message BMT in a timely fashion. BMT, let me send you those Steam keys so that you can give them out in real time to those winners. That way there's no way that people do this. That way you can get immediately your Steam key, and you can go get the game right now, and you can start playing it right now if you so desire. All right, BMT has all 3 of those Steam keys. Those 3 winners, please make sure you message BMT and get your Steam keys. All right, back to this. We'll see if we can't crush this a little bit more. That's right. So every mission comes with this. This is I did ask Eric about the leaderboards. They absolutely will be having leaderboards. Absolutely. So we got our next set of missions here. That's where we get introduced to Rascal. Thank you, Rascal. Understood, Chris. Appreciate you, sir. We need to navigate through the workstations to find the following items. Boom, we got to find this stuff. All right, let's see what we can do here. All right, so this is file directory names with spaces in it. Okay. Yeah, so this is that's exactly why I had music going in the background. I thought there was a good reason for it. Let's do this. There we go. Because there's no in-game actual music to it, so we did a little bit of that. Cool. Use your navigating skills. We're going to go find those 5 items that we got to. So where are we? We're here. Might as well finish out. Actually, we might as well finish out all of these. Yeah, there's no tab complete. We tried to cat the entire directory, and that did not work. One of my feedback points for them was that it becomes very easy to just just run through everything without actually paying attention to what's actually in the documents, because it's going to auto-complete everything. That was a feedback piece that I did have for them on that one. So, we'll see if they take a look at that. Okay. Downloads. Banana. We had a good conversation over banana bread on Tuesday as well. Yeah, see? So now it says, let's find another workstation for more information. So what it does is, this is where it's auto SSHing you from one workstation. It automatically connects to the... So they did show me a little sneak peek on the architecture behind building this. These are all AWS VMs that they have spun up to run this. All right. I don't know why I keep doing that. Cool. So this is this one. This is going to be very repetitive, right? Because they're trying to teach you. This is part of that learning process where they're trying to teach you the commands. There we go. Got that one done. Looks like there's one more workstation. Let's go check it out. So cool. So they just SSH'd us into another workstation. Cool. All right. Nice with the name of the organization that owns G Corp. Cybermancers won't have any trouble finding the real owner. I think did we oh god, I wish I could remember if this is where this is at or not. No, it was not in here. I remember that from before. Haha. There we go. Cool. That was that. Was that? I have a few more tasks for you. File Explorer Activator. Oh, that's right. I remember this one now. We need to explore the G Corp network a bit more. Let me try to access the IP address she sent. So so now they're introducing a new concept here. They're teaching IP addresses. So it's a very overarching, very, very low-level version of teaching IP addresses, right? Where they're only talking about, you know, what it is and things like that. So they used the name of the password sent, got us onto the ghost server. So this is the SSH command that they ran for us right here. Alexa, turn up the music from Neil's stream. I got you. I can turn that up a little bit. There we go. All right. That's it. Use the username. Okay, cool. Navigate through this server and see what information you can find. So again, just back to basic commands. This is that practice. This is what it wants you to do. It wants you to practice this stuff. Get good at it. I did not realize how much I depended on tab complete until I started playing this game. Oh my god, type! There we go, got that one. I think that would be the biggest, that's going to be the biggest challenge right there to any speed run is typing those commands all the time that quickly. All right, so it looks like all the winners have been given their code. Thank you so very much for promptly responding to BMT for that one. I appreciate that. We still have 2 more Steam codes to give away. The game goes live in 30 minutes. For those who are just now tuning in, we're playing World of Haiku, a new gamified cyber education platform that's hitting Steam today for $24. If you have not already done so, hit that exclamation point Haiku merch in chat and go sign up for that Haiku merch for free. You can also get information on the game by hitting exclamation point Steam inside of chat. Yep, here we go. So now we've unlocked a file explorer. So again, they have you do the repetition of the file system commands so you get used to it, and then they're going to give you a tool. Very, very much how we try to teach people right in cybersecurity is learn the basics with the commands, and then we'll give you a tool that makes life easier, right? Documents. So see, this is very, very, very responsive feedback learning. I love this. Helping you teach concepts. Acquiring source email. Cool. You can use both the File Explorer and the terminal commands to navigate through the grid. So I think we needed to find the key now. Yep, there's the key. Cool. So I remember where the key. I didn't remember the key being in the trash. All right. Just like that, that mission is over. So we cruised through that one obviously faster than we did on Tuesday to try to get through that one. It really is. Sam says in LinkedIn, this is brilliant. I absolutely love this. Like, you know, don't let the simplicity of this so far. Obviously, we had to restart because I deleted a critical note that had an IP address in there. Whoopsie. But this as this goes up, I was really hoping to get to mission 5 today. I plan on streaming this more because I think this is pretty cool and I want to kind of see where this goes. I want to finish this out. You know, we'll see how far we can take this. This will end up becoming something that I think we'll stream quite a bit because it's pretty cool. Question from chat. What is the HS form says linked in chat? It wants personal information. You're not being farmed. They're trying to send you they're sending you merch. Is what they're doing. I mean, you don't have to do it if you don't want to. It's a merch giveaway. So, nobody's farming you. They're going to send you some merch. Okay. Ping tool. So now we're learning ping, and this is where we learn curl. Cool. One, 2, 32. Cool. Just like that. Yep, so you can do man ping, or because they added it to our nifty manual, you can see it right there, which is cool. So now we're going to do curl. So we're going to curl 1.192.232. Whoops. That's because I can't spell an IP address. There we go. Okay, so cool. Now, I overthought this before. It says I have highlighted a web address, and they highlight it by changing the color of it. I absolutely overthought that the first time through this. So now what it wants us to do is it actually wants us to curl that link. Right? So again, I love this style of learning, right? I love this style of learning. Made it very fun. Every character has got lore. It's got a message behind it. There's an entire storyline to follow. Very, very, very intuitive. See what else you can find on the website. All right, so there was a services, right? So I think I remember that one, right? So it does let you do up arrow, which is, thank God it does let you do that. Right, so there's the services dot. So I saw that because when I curled this before, this one was highlighted. Or sorry, that was the about. That's services right here. Yeah, services was highlighted up here. So that's what I curled on that one. All right, next mission. We've made it into a local area network. You see how they highlighted that and called it a LAN for short? Again, teaching concepts. He very much wanted to start you as if you literally knew zero and bring you up through this. So it talks about what a LAN, how a LAN configured. This LAN is configured in a mesh pattern. So it talks about the weaknesses of a mesh network setup. Sound familiar? Sound familiar when we talk about weaknesses of a mesh network setup? Look at how it's teaching you. All right, we can use the File Explorer or the commands to navigate through this device. All right, thank you. Appreciate that. And then it's reminding you that I can always use Who Am I to navigate through. So we're going to go through here. Oh, that's right. So what are we doing here? We are looking for the security email, the stock symbols, and the targets for the cyber attack. You know, one of the feedbacks I have is that like it's real easy to just like start clicking on things until the screen pops up and tells you, you know, that you've done something you're supposed to do. One of the feedbacks I had for them was to try to make, you know, some of these a little bit more important so that there's an actual reason, you know, for me to click on them. So that was the stock symbols. There's the email. There it is, security email. I can remember. Okay, and then we need the other cyber attack, which I think was in trash. No, it wasn't in trash. Maybe it was in mail. Uh-oh. There's another cyber attack in here somewhere, obviously. Come on. All right, maybe it wasn't in mail. Is it in downloads? No? Uh-oh, I've got myself lost now. Forgot what I've clicked on, what I haven't clicked on. Lock sent. That was the email. Yeah, I saw that one. Saw that one. Saw that one. Oh, okay, so it wasn't in sent folders? It's in spam? Nothing in spam? In trash? Can I do this one? Can I use this? No, I can't. Okay, so it's not in mail. I think we just went through all of mail. I did go through documents. I did go through downloads. I missed something somewhere. Shoot. I hate when I do that. Starting over from the beginning. See, this is what'll make the speed runs really, really difficult, is getting caught up in What did you click on? What did you check? There it is. I missed the October report. That was the one I missed. First time through. Yeah, remember, it'll always be the last place you look. Touche, salesman. Touche. I do too, Omar. Omar says, I like this learning method. I actually do too. It's a lot of fun. One of the things that Eric mentioned to me that really hit me in the feels, right? So, you know, I refuse to stream Try Hack Me and Hack the Box type of content, right? It's boring to watch. It's boring to stream, right? There's nothing exciting about it, right? And everybody does it, right? And so when I started streaming this on Tuesday, I obviously went in with a little bit of that preconception that, like, oh God, is this going to be another, you know, Try Hack Me or Hack the Box type streaming thing? And I was very, very pleasantly surprised when it was not, right? And so and then when I talked to Eric on Wednesday, he said that he very much wanted this to be something that you wanted to come and watch somebody play, whether it was because of the gamification, whether it was because we created some type of speed run that, you know, brought a lot of competition to it, whatever the case was, right? Whether there's a King of the Hill aspect or CTF aspect, whatever the case is, he very much built this, and this is why he focused so hard on bringing in game developers to help him build a game, was so that you wanted to watch this being streamed so you could have that same type of experience that you do if you go watch a normal gaming stream, but you still learn that type of stuff. So I was checking. I don't know the answer to this, right? I think, and somebody who's a Steam expert maybe be able to answer in chat, but I think Steam has like emulators for Linux and Mac as well. So they're publishing the game to Steam, and so I think that this is very, very dependent on how that Steam client gets their download. Did anyone try to create an account on this Steam website but couldn't do it because the CAPTCHA did not work properly? Oh boy, Steam's got CAPTCHA issues. If anybody's got similar issues, see if you can't reach out to Lola and help. All right, so we're back. We're right back where we messed up from before. All right, we're about to find out who's paying the bit cred. So it only took us 15 minutes of BSing to get back to that point. All right, so we're back to EOS here. Learning if config and nmap. All right, so where's my notes? Rascal notes. Here we go. G Corp. Okay, so sleuthing around the G Corp networks. Okay. Your home system credentials. The break-in, the dealer's den. So is it, which IP address is it? 191.192.1.43. Okay, so it may not be that one. 2.1.224. Okay, so it's not that one either. Is it the dealer's IP? Uh-oh, which IP address is that? There it is. It was the Agenda 21 IP. Okay, good job. I'll hack us into the device, and we can use that tool combo EOS mentioned to gather information about the network we're working on. We're coming up to the top of the hour. We got 10 minutes left. I'm going to go ahead and run that giveaway for the other 2 Steam keys. We got 2 more Steam keys that we're going to give away for World of Haiku. We're going to go ahead and start that giveaway right now. Game goes on sale in about 10 minutes. On Steam, you can use the exclamation point Steam key if you need to find the information on Steam. But we're running a giveaway right now for 2 more Steam keys. We're going to give away 2 more. We're going to pick 2 more winners for Steam keys while I try to work through this challenge a little bit more. BMT 626 will still be your point of contact in Discord. So we're gonna do if config on this one. So again, it's teaching us if config is for this computer's IP address, and nmap is used to scan networks for active computers. So again, using analogies, so learning mechanisms. Oh, cool! I can move this up here. I was wondering about that. Can I move this around? Oh, look at that! And see, now I'm not in the way anymore. There we go. They made the whole thing movable. We didn't discover that the other night. Each computer is like a house, and open ports are like doors and windows. We may find only a couple open ports on each device, but we should try as many as possible to get in. Derek says hack the box equals trial and error. Yeah, this is very much education, right? This is education. This is trying to teach you stuff. Type if config in the terminal to go. So remember, we did this earlier, and it wouldn't allow us to do this. So this is what I'm saying. So it's trying to walk you through so you understand the commands that you're running, when to run them, and what you're looking for. I've highlighted some key information that you'll be using. First, let's look at the net mask. Look at that. So this is the net mask right here. Looks similar to an IP address, doesn't it? Tells us the size, the range of the networks, measured how many IP addresses are available for assignment on that network range. To scan the network, we need to give Nmap the first IP address in the network range. The netmask tells Nmap how many IP addresses to include in the scan. So this is teaching you IP addressing and Nmap at the same time, and why these things matter. The why these things matter is important. This is what's lost in a lot of modern day education, is teaching the why this stuff is important. So see the 0 at the end of the net mask? This means that the network IP is the same first 3 sets of numbers as the IP from if config, but the fourth number will be 0. So IP addressing 101. Right? So going back more through, so now it's teaching you, net mask information. Yep, /24 is a shortened version of the net mask. Automatically converted this just now using the net mask conversion chart found in your manual. Look at that, and they give you in your manual. Look at this. Look at this. Now you don't have to go to a website. You don't have to have SIP calc installed. Whatever the case is, they've given you a net mask conversion chart right inside your manual to help you along in your process. Again, this is education. This I love. To me, this is better than Death by PowerPoint. This is better than YouTube videos. This is awesome. This is and for $24 on Steam, if this trajectory continues throughout in its education platform, if this is how they've done their instructional design, this is top notch. Okay, now let's use the Nmap on the Agenda 21's network IP address and this /24 netmask to scan for any available devices, of course, on the network. Type Nmap 192.168.1.0/24. Boom. And it comes back with the data, right? So I can use the open port information to access a host on the network because they have port 22 open, which is SSH. So you see he automatically, our good buddy Rascal automatically connected us to that box. Wait a minute, look at the username on this device. Why does this name sound familiar? Dun, dun, dun! EOS comes through. I know this name. Was once a cybermancer like me. He left because of disagreement with Gunganir. We've got, okay, so it looks like we're coming to a close on that giveaway. Do make sure you're in Discord. Make sure you do see BMT626, the moderator. You're going to be checking in with him for those keys. Do make sure your Discord name and your YouTube name match. I'm going to go ahead and send you BMT. I'm going to go ahead and send you these 2 keys so that you have them. If I can copy and paste correctly. All right. BMT has the next 2 rounds of keys to give away. Let's see here. What do we do? We'd better scrape every bit of info from the system we can. So this is where we've got, all right, so we got to find a contractor of host owner and find the AZS server IP address. All right, before that gets done, we're going to go ahead and pick 2 winners here at the top of the hour for World of Haiku. First winner is Caitlin K. Congratulations. Second winner is Abrar Ajmal. Congratulations. Make sure you message BMT626 inside of Discord to get your Steam keys. Let's go to our file explorer because that seems to be a little bit easier to navigate around with, because we are looking for host owner. There we go. We got the contractor of host owner name. So now we need to find the other IP address. Boom, there we go. Pretty easy to find that one. It was in the first directory we looked in. I like when that happens. Okay, server IP, that's got to be important to Agent 21. Rascal, make sure you copy that down in the Cybersecurity's notebook and don't let him delete it. Let's see what other goodies we can find on the Agent 21 network. And that mission is complete. Got some good news, Cybersecurity. Managed to break into another device. Digging it. Sending you there now. Go ahead and click through the files. EOS and myself will analyze them as you do. We're looking for 2. Look in the Lendway target file and the Azure StarGuards file. So let's start with documents. To do. There's never a to do to break into a system, is there? Oh, there we go. The Azure Star one, got that one done. And the Lendway report, boom, in the same folder, in the downloads folder. I always keep my sensitive files in the downloads folder. Great question here. What is the map that shows on the quest completion pop-up? That's a map of the networks that you've hacked into for your missions. You can go back on the missions. Actually, can I click on map from here? What does it do? Oh, I'll lose all progress. Let me finish this one, and I'll show the map here in a second one. Okay. I literally think I just got a message from Eric about the release. Standby 1. Hey Neil, we're fixing a last-minute bug in our cat command, so we won't be releasing the product to the public until later this morning or early afternoon. Please just let them know that they can wishlist it for now, purchase later today. Thanks. So everybody who's got Steam keys still getting advanced access. Apparently they found a bug in their cat command that they are working on. So make sure you do get it added to the wish list. That way you do know when it goes live, so you can be purchasing it. Last minute bugs. Any? Actually, let's do the map. Let's answer Maz's question first. Still waiting on confirmation that the 2 winners from before have received their codes. So we may still do a reroll here in a little bit. Stand by on that one. So here's the map command, Maz, that you were asking about. The map takes you back to this map, which has all your previous missions in it here. Now, mission's complete. So you can restart the mission. So this, it looks like just a network map of the different computers that you've got from that. So the network map shows this. This stuff down here at the bottom, this is networks that you're going to hack into in the future, and I imagine the network map just gets bigger as it goes along. We're waiting on one person to confirm the giveaway. So we've got Caitlin. Thank you very much for responding. We're waiting on one other person to, again, this is why it's important to get your YouTube name synced with your Discord name always, so that we can verify. We've had to do this because we've had people try to scam and whatnot giveaways from us. So cheers to hackers being hackers, right? We may still do another reroll. We'll wait. Somebody came through and said, any raffle in the future? We always do giveaways. Cybersecurity is incredibly known for giveaways. So yes, there will absolutely be raffles in the future. Will there be raffles of Haiku? You know, we'll see how the partnership with Haiku pans out in the future. I hope that they're interested in a partnership together and we can have a more regular, you know, cadence of giveaways with World of Haiku, as well as some of the other stuff that they've got releasing here in the future. Generally speaking, I'm pretty excited for this game. I think it's gonna be pretty cool. Let's see if there's any questions while I'm waiting for winners to be confirmed. See if there's any questions I can answer while I wait for this. Yeah, Wellesley, I literally, right in the middle of the stream, the CEO messaged me and said they found a last-minute bug that they are trying to work through pre-release. So it is delayed a little bit. Still going to be released today. You can still add it to your wish list. But they found a last-minute bug literally this morning that they are working through right now. My software developers in chat will empathize with this 100%. All right, let's see here. Yes, Lola, I do miss drinking Root. I need to pull. I've been hesitant to pull them off the sponsorship banner because I do generally miss drinking Root. It's always my favorite thing to drink on stream. What else we got here? Curse. I'm trying to get into the cybersecurity field. I'm studying Sec Plus now in Vice. Sure, but I don't see why you couldn't start on if you're studying Sec Plus. Sounds like you're probably in a good place for World of Haiku. I'd start over here and hang out with the World of Haiku for a little while, and you know, start learning some of that stuff out. This is my first stream. Really just starting to look into cybersecurity a month or so. Just want to say thanks for all the content, all the lessons, and being so real. Thank you for hanging out with us. With that being said, it looks like all the winners have been confirmed. Thank you all so very much for doing that. I appreciate it. World of Haiku on Steam, launching today. It was supposed to launch now, but I guess they found a last-minute bug. Congratulations to all the Steam Key winners. Go forth and enjoy some World of Haiku. Make sure you post your successes and things like that on social media. You know, tag me in it, tag Haiku Inc. in it, all that stuff. Make sure you hit, we have our Discord. You can hit ! Discord for our Discord. There's a Haiku Discord that is there as well. I think it's ! Haiku Discord as a command. There is free merch, free Haiku, World of Haiku merch by using the ! Haiku merch command. Lots of free stuff every single time you come here. Listen, thanks for tuning in to me today. I truly appreciate each and every single one of you who comes out and listens to me babble at the mouth every single time I stream. On Wednesday, we'll be having Eric Basu, who's the CEO of Haiku Inc., creators of World of Haiku, on the stream to do an interview Wednesday. I'm going to try to get him to give us some more Steam keys on Wednesday. That'll be your next guest, but that'll be your next attempt to get some. But reminder, that stream will be on Twitch. It will be on Twitch. So make sure you are following us on Twitch. You do have notifications turned on. It'll be this normal it'll be normal time as Old Guy Wednesday, but you will need to be on Twitch for that one. His story is amazing. What he's got planned for Haiku is amazing. And if the things that we're seeing in World of Haiku is any indicator, this is going to be a very, very innovative change when it comes to cybersecurity education. And I'm super, super excited for it. So hopefully you are too. Let me know your feedback. Always excited to chat around. Don't forget to hang out on our Discord. Remember, chat will be lit tonight. It always is on a Friday night. We always have a lot of antics and whatnot going around tonight. Somebody just said Haiku Discord doesn't work. Allow me to see if I can't fix that, because I probably fat-fingered it when I did it. That is exactly... It doesn't work because I misspelled Haiku when I set up the bot. Try it now. It should work now. Hi, Mr. Maz, Haiku in chat tonight. Yes, Haiku in chat tonight. Awesome. I appreciate it, everybody. Listen, whether you're on the red side, whether you're on the blue side, whether you're still deciding, keep learning, and we'll see you next time.